Hi, in my previous video on metaverses, I ended with the words a brave new world. I did that because I wish to share a little story with you. Brave New World, if you remember, is the title of Aldous Huxley's famous sci fi book of the 1930s. Huxley wrote this book between the World Wars 1 and 2, at a time when technology optimism was at its height, much like today. He began the book as a dystopian spoof on the very utopian work of H.G. Wells, but then the book picked up a life as we know of its own. Writers like Wells envisioned an optimistic future where technology would be the panacea for all evils, including disease and war. Writers like George Orwell, if you remember 1984, imagined a dystopian future where humans would be coerced into a dehumanized existence, living a life of deprivation and pain. But Huxley believed that we would be rendered soulless by what we love. We would be so immersed in amusements that we would be deprived of the qualities that makes us human. When I look at the world around us, when I think of meta, I must say that Huxley does haunt me a bit. In his tauntingly titled book, Amusing Ourselves to Death, Neil Postman contrasts, rather beautifully I would say, the concerns of Orwell and Huxley. I quote from the book: What Orwell feared were those who would ban books. What Huxley feared was that there would be no reason to ban a book, as there would be no one who would want to read one. Orwell feared those who would deprive us of information. Huxley feared those who would give us so much that we would be reduced to passivity and egoism. Orwell feared that the truth would be concealed from us. Huxley feared the truth would be drowned in sea of irrelevance. Orwell feared that he would become a captive culture. Huxley feared he would become a trivial culture, preoccupied with some equivalent of the Phillies, the orgy-porgy, and the centrifugal bumble puppy. He had a way with words. As Huxley remarked in Brave New World Revisited, the civil libertarians and rationalists who are ever on the alert to oppose tyranny failed to take into account man's almost infinite appetite for distractions. In Orwell's 1984, Huxley added, people are controlled by inflicting pain. In Brave New World, they are controlled by inflicting pleasure. In short, Orwell feared that what we hate will ruin us. Huxley feared that what we love will ruin us. I must say that much as I am an optimist and do believe that technology will light man's path ahead, I cannot but look around and at a post-social media world and see Huxley's truth. Let me end with some trivia. The title, The Brave New World, comes from Shakespeare's play, The Tempest, in which the magician Prospero creates an alternative world to replace the one he was dispossessed of. The title is ironic because when his daughter Miranda speaks of the brave new world with utopian awe, she does not realize the dystopian evil that lurks in the new world. I'll be doing a couple more stories on meta. So, if you're enjoying it as much as I am, then stay tuned, watch this space.